at stake.
For weeks at a time, in all kinds of conditions, the Mohawk patrols the Caribbean, looking for people in distress. It is a kind of life that appeals to a special kind of person. Youngsters chasing adventure, Coast Guard veterans staying the course.
Whether they are brand new seamen just out of boot camp or officers fresh out of the Coast Guard Academy, they are the lifeblood of the Coast Guard and all have very interesting stories to tell. But none can quite compare with that of Ensign George Garrido.
Garrido is the weapons officer of the Mohawk and on the first patrol of his career, having graduated from the Coast Guard Academy in May. The irony is that he now is an officer in the same Coast Guard that escorted his family to the United States during the Mariel boat lift in 1980.
It was a decent boat compared to the other things, but it wasn't a solid boat or anything like that, and we were taking in water the whole time. Well, it was a pretty bad storm, and the boat was way overcrowded.
Garrido says he has often thought about the boat ride and looked forward to one day helping others in a similar situation. Our third afternoon out, he got his chance.
I was looking over the horizon, and just by glance, out of the corner of my eye, I just noticed something differently. I went back to it, and come to find out it was a little tiny sailboat.
Filled with tin cubits who were very happy to see us. More importantly, happy that we saw them. For Ensign Garrido, his dream was coming true. While the Mohawk drew closer, the boarding team and Ensign Garrido prepared.
Find out what's going on, where they came from, how long they've been out, are they sick, does anyone need immediate medical care?
None sought medical care. All they wanted was freedom.
First thing they said when we saw them, is, are we free now? I said, are we free? Like, yeah, you guys don't have anything to worry about now. The guy asked me, he goes, can we say, down with Castro now? I was like, say whatever you want about him.
They were eventually brought on board to wait for another cutter headed for Key West.
I don't think that little boat would have made it. It was taking in a lot of water, and, thank God we were able to see them. They got school teachers. Some of them are school teachers. Some of them are, carpenters, auto mechanics. So they, they come from all over, from mostly from Havana. That's where they're from. They're happy to be here, and I'm happy to be able to make that happen for them.
Their dream and that of Ensign George Garrido becoming reality. Aboard the Coast Guard cutter Mohawk, Khambrel